No Man's Sky 4.05 has gone live to public and it has some pretty cool things in it, so let's go through all of the important stuff. Starting off strong, we have the new Supercharged Slots, added to all existing and future ships, multi-tools, freighters and exocraft. To answer a few of the questions you likely have for them, Supercharged Exosuit slots are in the same place for everyone, as are Exocraft slots. This is a good move for fairness as well as the sharing of technology layouts. Supercharged slots will always be in the top 3 rows of the tech. If you have not uncovered all of the top 3 rows, there may be some existing among them. Supercharged slots are tied to seed and not random for ships. By this I mean that all ships of that specific model will have the supercharged slots in the same places. This may not seem that way due to the technology layout being different on spawn, but whether you see the slots and where when buying is purely based on which slots are visible at that time. Not only that, but the location for supercharged slots does not change between classes. While a C class can only have one slot, it will be one of the slots present on all classes, and likely the first slot from a left to right perspective, though that last bit is unconfirmed. While this is the case for my testing on ships, there may be something else that is missing, as with multi-tools it is the cabinet that defines a slot layout, and so finding a second S-Class cabinet for the same model will show different supercharged slot locations. I expect that also crashed ships may show a different layout to the same model when spawning naturally. This layout would be static to the crashed site, but more testing is required to confirm. As for the stats, they're still an annoying thing that doesn't make sense, so I'll save that for the video. The player's game mode will now be visible with their name via a symbol. Atlas shows normal, cog means custom and all that jazz. Players who have locked their difficulty settings will also have a padlock icon next to their name. The mark of shame for those who load their difficulty on occasion has been rescinded before public. This will not be implemented. Player bases will now indicate what difficulty they were created in. This is a nice touch, as it is often requested by communities to mark whether a base being shared was made in creative or survival, over multiple different games due to the extra effort required to acquire materials. However, blender bases have no method for being marked, though it is often somewhat obvious, and builds are generally already forthcoming when sharing. Inventory has had a great compromise added. Many requested tabs back for technology and cargo, but I can only imagine this would mess up HG's new UI designs. So they've compromised with a button to expand the inventory to full. This is super helpful and basically removes my annoyance with scrolling. However, I do kind of wish it was persistent toggle and not required every single time you enter the inventory, but it makes sense with how technology can now be damaged in battle. Having your most important in the top 3 slots available to fix quickly is quite important in high difficulties. On the subject of breaking technology, technology will now break based on shield levels, meaning if your shields are low, there's a high chance of breaking, with a low chance when shields are high, adding a new thought to dogfights where refilling your shield earlier is more beneficial. The save point blueprint has been added to the building research terminal in the anomaly. It is located just below the Galactic Trade Terminal blueprint. Loot gathered from crashed freighters has been improved. Expect a short video on what can now be found in the next few days, though the short of it is that you will get a much higher overall value now from looting the buried storage containers. Fixed an issue that could prevent the technology slot purchase screen from offering more than 30 slots in some rare circumstances. If you are having this issue, try it now. Fixed an issue that could cause players to fall through the floor of their freighter when loading in very specific locations. Fixed an issue that could cause the base building tutorial to fail to progress past the pairing the base section. Both launch fuel canisters and warp hypercores will now fully charge the launch thrusters and hyperdrive regardless of difficulty. Fixed an issue that allowed inventories to be expanded beyond the intended limit for their CBAS class rating. There are a further 28 fixes in this patch, which the majority of you will not really be interested in, so here they are on screen to peruse via pausing if you so wish to. All in all, this is a pretty solid patch. This is usually the point in an update where HG will go dark again to focus on the next update, though we may see either one more patch or a quick hotfix or something. I hope all or at least most of your issues have been addressed. Keep an eye out for the short charge slot and crash freighter videos coming soon, with of course far more guys to follow now that the game is a fair bit more stable. Have a fantastic day, folks.